1961 and 2024. Those years marked the Salt March, the breakaway against apartheid, and the liberation of my own country of Syria. The guerrilla, as a defender of its territory, continues to prevail time and time again. Because of what we have seen in this debate, we are so proud to continue to propose the motion. The guerrilla will triumph. Now, I'm going to do us all a really big favor and clarify exactly what this debate has come down to, because since the very start, I think there's been a lot of confusion. Because of this, let's break it down into two simple questions. First, is there a definition debate? The reality is, no, there isn't. The opposition argues that this debate has become definitional as a result of a bad definition coming from the proposition. Now, the reason this debate has become definitional is because the opposition makes it one. But the problem isn't that they are debating whether or not our definition is bad. They are directly saying that this isn't debatable because of their decision to contest our examples, not our logic. Of course we're going to throw in facts. That's how you win a debate. Of course we are going to throw in evidence. You cannot win an intellectual argument without having historical precedents, especially in where we are right now. The opposition choosing to say that they cannot debate in this round just because we mention the plight of Palestinians and South Africans is just a cop-out way to try to win this debate. Don't hide it under the false notion of this whole debate being a truism. That's not what this is. You cannot tell us that our logic is a truism. Of course, our examples will be, however. Moreover, if you have such a big problem with the definition that we proposed, then it is literally your job as the opposition to propose an alternative definition instead. After that, it becomes a matter of whether or not our side accepts that definition and continue the debate onwards from there. What you have done as the opposition is just try to contest that this whole debate has not been set up correctly by the proposition, and you don't provide us an alternative instead. What is the judge supposed to vote off of if you're not giving any substantive arguments? That's not going to work, and that's not a good way to continue going about this debate. That's exactly why we win on this entire argument that this is a definition debate, and we haven't done a good job of doing that, all of these different arguments that you have given us. Don't get that mixed up. But secondarily, why does our side win the implicative content debate? Because there are real impacts. Throughout this debate, we have discussed whether or not we're seeing different success by every single oppressed group. Our definition was specifically talking about defending the territory, the guerrilla defending the territory. Winning does not mean, this triumph does not mean specifically winning in the afterlife. Like the oppressed group may triumph in the afterlife, but that is completely different than triumphing in defending their territory. That is another thing that the opposition could have contested, but they didn't do that instead. There is a big difference between winning and defending your territory and winning because of the reward that Allah gives you. We clarified that in our definition at the start of the day. And because of this, as Muslims, it is crucial to analyze each and every dilemma in front of us. When we as a proposition have been the only ones to give you substantive analysis as to what the world has looked like right now, as to how the world will continue to implicate going forward, that is the only side that is giving you real content to vote off of. To the opposition, if you wanted to win this debate and if you wanted to be successful in doing that, you have to give real analytics, you have to give real refutation, and you have to give real statistics and evidence as to how we are incorrect and contest the logic itself. Because of all of this, our content wins as well. With all of that being said, please vote for the proposition.